Hi, today I'd like to talk to you about dividing polynomials. Now, when you divide polynomials, you're following pretty much the same procedure as you do when you divide regular numbers together, and without all the variables and that sort of thing. So let's do that. But first, let's make a pizza, okay? There, we have a pizza. Now what we're going to do with this pizza is we're going to cut it into 8 equal parts. And my friend Dirac here is going to do this. And he wants to cut it very precisely because he's invited some of his friends over to have pizza. And he wants to make sure that every one of his friends gets the same amount of pizza. So I think I see them coming now. On the right we have Hilbert, and on the left we have Newton. Now, we've got a great division problem here because we have a pizza that's divided into 8 equal parts, and we have 3 characters. So we're going to set up a division problem where we're going to divide 3 into 8. Now, 3 is called the divisor, 8 is called the dividend. So let's go ahead and see how many times 3 goes into 8. And that should be 2 times. So each of the characters gets 2 complete slices of pizza. But there's a little left over, the remainder. In this case, there's 2 pieces left over here. Now, what we're going to do is something scientific here. We're going to put the 2 over the 3 here, 2/3. Each person gets 2/3 of what's left. And a way of checking our division is multiply the divisor times the quotient, which was our answer. So if we multiply 3 times 2 plus 2/3, we get 6 plus 2, which is 8. The 8 matches up with the dividend, so we have the right answer. So let's just follow that same procedure now with a polynomial. X minus 3 is our divisor. X cubed minus 3x squared plus 2 is our dividend. So let's just set it up like a regular division problem. Now the trick here is, look at the divisor, the x in the divisor. What do we multiply times that x so that we'll get an x cubed in the dividend there? It's x squared. So we multiply x squared times x minus 3 and get x cubed minus 3x squared, and then we subtract the lower terms from the upper terms. We'll just get 0. So we'll just bring down the 2, and that will be our remainder. So we say plus 2 over x minus 3. We did this problem the same way as we did the pizza problem. So let's check it like we did the pizza problem. Let's multiply the divisor times the quotient. So here we have a distributive property here where we have to multiply the x minus 3 times each of the terms that are within the parentheses. And so we'll set this up so you can see how this looks. And we want to come out with the same as we got as the dividend. X cubed minus 3x squared plus 2. So we're dividing 2x minus 1 into 10x squared plus 9x minus 5. What can we multiply times the 2x in our divisor so that we get a 10x squared in our dividend? That's 5x. So 5x times 2x minus 1 is going to be 10x squared minus 5x. Now subtract the lower terms from the upper terms and you get 14x. What can we multiply times the 2x in the divisor so that we get a 14x? Well, that's a plus 7. So when we multiply through by the plus 7, we get 14x minus 7. Then we subtract the lower terms from the upper terms, and we should land up with a plus 2. Or we get 5x plus 7 plus 2 over 2x minus 1. and I'm not going to check this. Okay, now the next problem, follow the same procedure. We divide 2x squared minus 5 into 6x to the fourth minus 13x squared minus 4. What can we multiply times the 2x squared in the divisor? So in the dividend we get 6x to the fourth. Well, that's 3x squared. So multiply 3x squared times 2x squared minus 5. Get 6x to the fourth minus 15x squared. Subtract the lower terms from the upper terms. We get 2x squared minus, bring down the minus 4 there. And what can we multiply times 2x squared in the divisor to get 2x squared? It's 1. So we subtract the lower terms from the upper terms, get 1. So our answer is 3x squared plus 1 plus 1 over 2x squared minus 5. So moving along here, let's see what we get next here. Now, this one here, we're going to divide x minus 1 into x to the fourth minus 1. Now, notice there's some missing terms between the x4 and the negative, or the minus 1 there. You're missing the x cubed, x squared, and an x. And we consider those 0 as we go through this. So we start out multiplying x cubed times x minus 1, get x to the fourth minus x cubed. Subtract that from 0 because there's no x cubed, and so we get x cubed. Now we multiply by x squared, and we get x cubed minus x squared. Again, there's no x squared to subtract from, so we'll just get x squared. And we continue that on. The next term in our quotient is going to be x. Multiply that times x minus 1, x squared minus x, and then we subtract again. There's no x to subtract from, so we get x, and then bring down the negative 1 there, and we finish out here with a 1. So our answer is x cubed plus x squared plus x plus 1 is our quotient. Now we're going to get into a little trick here involving division here. It's called synthetic division. Now what we'll do is put in this over this upside down division symbol here, we're going to put a 3 and a negative 14 and a 16 from our dividend. Now we're going to take the additive inverse of our divisor, which would be plus 2, and what we're going to do is drop down the 3, represented by that green 3 there, and multiply 2 times the 3, we'll get 6, and then we're going to add the negative 14 and the 6 together, and we'll get negative 8, and then we're going to multiply the 2 times the negative 8 and get negative 16, put that under the plus 16, and we'll get 0. Now notice that our highest exponent is a 2 in the dividend. So the green numbers represent our quotient. So we get 3x minus 8 as our quotient with a 0 remainder. So we develop our quotient from that. All right, our last problem here, let's take and put down a 3. And now there's no x, so we'll put a 0 representing the x's place, and then a negative 4, and take the additive inverse of plus 1 in our divisor, which would be negative 1, bring down the 3, multiply the negative 1 times the green 3, and that would be negative 3. Now add 0 and negative 3 together, and we get negative 3. Now multiply a negative 1 times the green negative 3, and we get 3. Add the negative 4 and the 3 together, and we'll get negative 1. So our answer is going to be 3x minus 3 minus 1 over x plus 1. Thank you.